What's happening, YouTube boxing world? I am your host, Nice, and welcome back to the fight room. Saturday night, Jaron Boots Ennis comes out with a knockout win over Sergey Lipinets with a nice left uppercut to end the night. Spectacular fashion. Let's speak on it. Now, Sergey Lipinets, was his biggest test, and it looked like it wasn't really a test. Jaron Ennis made it look so easy and so superb in his technique, his fundamentals, and the young man is just gifted all the way around. Let's talk about it. First round, Jaron Ennis set up his jab. Used it quite well throughout the first round, using his footwork and using the ring, more, showing his style and his skill. Sergey Lipinets just didn't have a chance in hell with Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, honestly, Jaron just made that look so easy with Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets was a, former 140-pound IBF champion, and he gave a hell of a fight to Mikey Garcia. I mean, we all know that he was a smaller fighter naturally, but he moved up to 147, had like 2 or 3 fights there. His last fight was with Cleo Clayton, and Cleo Clayton was a good boxer, and it was a draw. But Sergey stepped in with a more superior, more fundamental boxer in Jaron Ennis. And Jaron Ennis displayed his skills once again as a unique fighter, and I believe that he is standing alone right now as we speak. Now, it was a 6-round knockout, like I said, man. It was devastating. Sergey could not get up. Looked it pretty bad, and Jaron, right here, you can see it in his face. He's like, I told y'all. I told you guys that this was gonna happen. And he did say that he was gonna knock him out, and he sure enough did. Now, in my pre-fight, I did say that Jaron would get the TKO stoppage via 9th round, and I did say that he has the skills and power to knock out Sergey probably a little earlier. So with that being said, yes, Jaron Ennis packs real power, ladies and gentlemen. And the skills is just unique, and he's standing alone right now. Now, a lot of people are talking about him fighting against Spence or Crawford. Man, good fights to be made in the welterweight division without a shadow of a doubt. And, Virgil Ortiz is certainly one of those guys as well. Don't want to mention him right now because this is Jaron Ennis' time. Now, Jaron Ennis definitely is going to be one of the amongst the elite, like I said before, and he's well on his way, and hopefully they give him a title shot in his next fight. He deserves it. He should fight one of the top 10 fighters in the division. We got Sean Porter, we got Danny Garcia, but he's moving up to 154. The list goes on. Pacquiao, Crawford, like I said, Spence, and so forth. Even Imante Stanionis, that was in the undercard with Thomas Durorme and won. That would be a good fight for Jaron Ennis as well. 2 prospects well on their way. And it would be nice to see them in the future fight against Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, but not right now, honestly. I would say about 2 years. If, given the fact that if these guys keep doing what they're doing, and they look remarkable doing it, Virgil Ortiz is a knockout artist, 17 wins, no losses with 17 knockout, and we also see Jaron Ennis that packs that power, and it is real as well. So I believe, man, that in, like in a year and a half or so, 2 years, they should get it on. I believe they are going to be the ones on top. Besides, Spence and Crawford, hopefully they fight. Hopefully things get established with the PBC. PBC has to cross the street or make something happen with Crawford. Crawford is not looking for that fight any longer, being that Errol Spence always was talking about that 70-30 and never changed his mind about that. So therefore, Crawford was upset and doesn't want to make that fight happen anymore. And you cannot blame the guy for that. 70-30 with a champion like Crawford is not acceptable in my eye. And I believe that that fight should have been 50-50. And, Spence didn't want to make that happen. So I can honestly say, and I can honestly blame Spence in that matter for not making the Crawford fight. Crawford wanted the 50-50, Spence throwing the 70-30. So Crawford moves on. Now we hear that Crawford is going to fight probably Manny Pacquiao. and is slated for June 5th. And I'll be making a video on that, talking about that. But Jaron Ennis is standing right now and making hella noise in the division, and they should give this guy a chance, a title shot, and a fighter in the top 10 welterweight, to see where he's at. And we already see that he's proving to be something special. I said it before, I've talked about it before, the young man is impeccable, and he has all the attributes in the world to become one of the best fighters for a long time, and to be talked about for a long time as well. Not only that, I believe in the future he will have the Ring Magazine title and all the other titles, honestly, down the road, down the road. But he will be standing alone, I believe, and not for nothing, I believe that he has a chance to defeat Errol Spence. Now, if he was to fight either Spence or Crawford, I'm gonna be honest, I think that he has a better chance and coming out with the victory against Spence. Why I say that? Spence is a good fighter. We all know he's a beast, right? But Spence likes to come and bring all that pressure. I mean, we don't know how Jaron Ennis would do with that type of pressure. We haven't seen any fighter put that pressure on Jaron Ennis. Now, another thing, we haven't seen Jaron Ennis take a hella shot yet. Though Sergey in the 5th round gave him 2 or 3 good punches, took it exceptionally well. But we need to see somebody that's a natural 147-pounder in the division, one of the top guys that hits hard against Ennis, to see how he does in that factor. And Spence would be that guy, honestly. Spence is a hard puncher. We see he has a good knockout punch. He brings that war, and that would be an exciting fight. Now, if he was to fight Crawford, let me say this. I think that Crawford and Ennis would be a much better fight because of the styles and their skills, and they switch hitters. And I think that Jaron Ennis would have more of a problem with Crawford rather than Spence. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say I'm crazy, but no, you guys are crazy, because styles makes fights, man. And eventually they got the same type of technique styles. They switch up. They know, oh man, it would be a hell of a fight. And either with Spence as well. And we're hearing about Crawford and Pacquiao. So hopefully Ennis would get the winner of Ugas and Spence that is being talked about, and hopefully they would make that fight happen, and then after that he'll get the winner. But let's see what happens, man. Jaron Ennis is on his way. Like I said, you got to give that man all the credit in the world for being patient, being humble, being poised, and just like he said, he likes to have fun in that ring, man. And it looks like he is just naturally gifted and is really having fun when he's doing all that. So once again, Jaron Ennis proves himself to be one of the elites coming up. Not yet, but he will be. You already know, I am your host, Nice. Like, comment, subscribe, most of all. Till then, share your fight room.